Hi there! It will be a last video in this course. In this video I will show you how to set the environment variables for our project and deploy it to Firebase. Environment variables are some global values that are located at the operating system. For example, system settings. In the process of developing an application, whether client or server, you may need to use private data, such as a secret token, keys for request to a third-party server or API, and so on. We can't save such code in Git, otherwise someone can hack the system and get an access to all secret keys and services. In our example, we are using keys for API-XU client and for Telegram. With the help of Firebase CLI tools, we can push our secret keys to Firebase and retrieve them to the local JSON file. Let's go to the terminal. And using the Firebase CLI tools, we will set our environment variables. Let's type in the terminal Firebase functions config set, and now we will call our first environment variable. It will be the key for API-XU client. Let's call it service.API-XU key double quotes, and let's copy this value. And the same for Telegram. Let's call the environment variable as service.telegram key. Press enter. Okay, we successfully updated the configuration. So from this moment we have these environment variables on the Firebase. In order to check if the environment variables are successfully set, we can enter the next command. Firebase functions config get. As you see, the terminal prompts us our keys, so everything is in order. Because we are using the custom configuration, we need to retrieve these keys to the JSON file and use these values locally. We can retrieve all these keys using the next command. Let's type Firebase functions config get, and now we should type the name of file where we will store our environment variables locally. Let's call it env.json. You should see on the background that environment JSON file was created. So let's open it, and now we see all our secret keys. So let's open index.js file, and now we should create the next logic. For the local development, we should use the values from inv.json file. When our project will be working on the Firebase, we should use the values from the Firebase configuration. So we can simply try in the next way. Let's require our configuration from environment JSON file. When our project will be working on the Firebase, all values should be retrieved from the functions config method. So the functions.config method should return all our keys as object. So if this object will be exist, we will use it. If it will be an empty, we will use the local configuration. We can do this using the simple condition object keys length, and inside the keys method we will pass the Firebase functions config method execution. And if this object will have at least one key, we will use the Firebase configuration. We need to store it to the config object. Okay, from this moment we will have all our environment variables inside the config object. Let's replace the real keys to environment variables. As I see, we will have an error with ESLint in the future, so we need to add an error object to this line. So I hope everything is okay. So let's go to the terminal and run the Firebase serve command. Okay, our function is working. Okay, let's open the Telegram client to test our bot. Let's type some city, for example, Paris. Okay, the current weather in the Paris is 10 degrees. I think it's pretty good. Okay, let's close the Telegram client and we can deploy our function using the Firebase deploy command. Let's type Firebase deploy and don't forget to add the -- only functions flag. ESLint was okay. Yes, we successfully deployed our bot. We can copy the link to the console and see how it works. Let's open our bot again in the Telegram client. Let's try to test with multiple cities.